Soft glam makeup looks great on social media, but how does it look in person? Since we don't walk around in real life with a filter, here's your new makeup base. Very first step before you put any makeup on is to make sure that your skin is well exfoliated and properly hydrated. Even the best makeup technique isn't gonna look right on dehydrated, uneven skin. For our foundation, Armani Luminous Silk is always going to be one of my favorites for that flawless finish. Yes, I prefer a damp beauty blender over a brush. For everyday looks, you can use the brush, but this is just gonna give me the most airbrushed look. As always, less is more. I'm just gonna bounce this beauty blender over my skin and still avoiding the under eye area, but I am gonna hit the brow bone just to make everything look nice and even. Something that's gonna help your makeup stay put is setting in between steps. So after my foundation, very light spray, and then just with my beauty blender, pressing that into my skin. For concealer, I love this one by Givenchy because it has some key skincare ingredients that help to keep everything stay hydrated. Don't forget we're applying this below the lash line, not too close. This step is completely optional. If you don't do this, just use a concealer that's a little bit lighter so you get that contrast with the highlight and contour. But this lavender blush from YSL Beauty is just gonna brighten up this concealer. Before I go in and blend this, I'm gonna spray my brush. And again, keep this away from my lash line for now. Then I'm just gonna go in with my finger and taper this up toward my lash line. This way you won't get any creasing and it'll look that much more natural. When you take the concealer all the way up to the lash line, it's just too obvious and it's gonna end up looking cakey. I wish you could see how good the under eyes look in person already, even without the powder. Nothing really specific for contour, except as usual, anything cream or liquid is just gonna look that much more natural. Same concept with blush. Anything cream or liquid is just going to maintain more of that skin-like finish. And we can still use the beauty blender to bounce that out. Higher up you keep the blush on your cheeks, the more it's gonna create a lifted look. Moving on to powder, which you know I'm very particular about. I'm trying the new pressed powder from Givenchy. Again, fluffy brush, no powder puff. This is just gonna keep it as natural as possible, but still get the job done. As a finishing touch, to glam it up a little more but still keep it very glowy, I'm going to use this Neo Nude Fusion powder from Armani. I'm using a very fluffy brush here, going to load it up and just use this as a light veil over parts of my skin. Into my eyelids. Such a nice finishing product if you're going for a soft glam look. And one final spritz. And just with the clean side of the beauty blender, just setting everything in place over that setting spray. You're not gonna get a more natural soft glam look than this. And for reference, without the smoothing filter and with the smoothing filter.